Hello and a warm welcome to Beer Talk Show, the #1 show on YouTube. You are welcome to be with us on this show, on this episode of yet another amazing story of Director Ken. He will be giving us his story on how he has maneuvered, yani story tu yake, atakuwa tu anatupigia story. Now without much ado, I'll allow him to introduce himself.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mercy, for having me. It's really a beautiful time. And the very first time that I heard that you had the show, I had that wish to be part of it, at least to share my story, because me and Mercy, just a couple of few years back, used to be in the same campus, and we shared a lot in terms of academics and all that. So I'm really glad and I'm happy to be here, at least to have a talk and to see how things usually happen here.
Welcome so much.
Mm-hmm.
So kindly take us through your story from ulisomea wapi, who is Ken specifically?
Yeah, so Ken is a humble guy. He's somebody that has gone through a lot in life, and the tougher it gets, it's how you actually draw your strength, or the stronger you get. Because I was born in a county of Siaya many years ago, not that many, and it's so sad that I never lived up to see to grow up or see my parents, because as soon as I was born, it took only like 6 years, then I lost my parents, my mom that is, and that one took it took again like a few more months, and then I lost my dad also. So it was a life of so many misfortunes, and it is something that even sharing sometimes really get hard, or I get the challenge of sharing my story, because it's really emotional. I grew up in a family of 4. We were four siblings, and I'm the third born. And as soon as my parents passed, we had to be separated. Some of us, had to start living with the uncles. Some of us, it was just the way Africans usually do things. When your parents die, the aunts or the uncles has to now come in and just to help the family or raise the kids that are left behind. And so for all this time that I live with my aunt, today I'm with my aunt, and the next day I'm with my uncle. Even the schools, the primary school, I think I went to 3 primary schools, because as you know, when you're not living with your parents, things can change anytime. Next morning you can be told that, what, we want you to go to start living with your other uncle.
You have no authority.
Yeah. So you just have to follow whatever it's there. So I lived like I never had that stable home, that I can actually call my own. And that one really slowed me down so many times, because it was a trauma that used to hit me so badly. Whenever I think about it, and whenever I think about my parents, my mom, it really hurted me so badly. I felt like the world was against me, and that also, on the positive side, also got to introduce me to God. Because sometimes these hardships, these predicaments that we usually pass through, they really, really, give us that alternative or that option of having God as your everything. So I reached a point where I started believing in God, and trusting in him and seeing him as my only father and the only parent that I had. And that really strengthened me so much, because the only person that I could open up to was God. All the time when I was alone, I used to converse with God so much, just communicating with him, trying to let go of the pain that was inside me, trying to relieve myself, because I was in that situation where I wasn't even that close to my aunt. We were like part away. So whenever I was going through some hardship, I definitely feel so hard to open up, to disclose to her. So the only person or the only being that I would talk to was God. And that really encouraged me so much. And of course also the education part of it. I'm that child that really loved school so much, and I do even until now, because that was where I'll find the true friend to laugh with, to play with. I saw education as a place where I could get that peace, just through the friends, just through teachers, and that really helped me to even start loving education and start working really hard, because I also realized that for those who love education, they have to perform the best, because for you to always be in school, you have to do the impossible to make that place that you love also accept you and also love you. So the only way that I could make also teachers love me back was for me to work hard, take those positions of leadership, and maintaining the discipline. But like I said, sometimes you get into a new school and things start going on well, and you even start getting your good marks, and teachers will start loving you, and position, you will be given the position. But unfortunately, out of nowhere, you're being transferred again to another school. You see
that moment umekuwa stable kabisa in a
yeah.
then you get to switch to another.
So ilikuwa ni that thing that ilikuwa inani slowisha down sana. I feel like everything was, I was being slowed, because let's say even the maths teacher, what I realized also, if you want to get good grades in maths, you must always have that one teacher mwenye anakuchukua from form 1 even up to form 4. Lakini the moment leo uko na mwingine, next day umepelekwa shule nyingine uko na mwingine, unapata even the chemistry, all that relationship, the student and teacher relationship is not there anymore. You now start to build it again. Na sasa in that process, nilikuwa na feel like I'm even losing the focus, and I'm even getting some low grades or low marks on the subjects or during the exams, and that really pained me so much. So generally, I can define myself as a conqueror, because I feel like I was giving up at some point, but I got the strength from God, and that's what has always been keeping me going until date.
Wow, that is amazing. I know sometimes you go through some things just because God it's turning a season of getting strong.
Definitely. That's true.
So after growing up, going to primary school in the village and all that, if at a secondary ilikuwa ni huko home ama you came to Nairobi or something?
No. Actually, all my schooling is from Shags. That's where I grew up. I was just from different counties. Tomorrow I'll be in Siaya. Next day nitakuwa niko Ugenya. The other day nimepelekwa niko huko side za Seme. You see, so
umeizunguka yote.
So I'm that village boy actually. People can't recognize it, but I speak
actually fluent, one can't tell.
Yeah, I speak fluent Luo, because I've been there for the, all
For
my
the
life.
better part of your life.
Yeah. So after finishing the primary school, I had to, because you see, the big challenge that comes when you have no parent is that sometimes you don't choose the things that you want.
Ni ile imekuja, that
Yeah.
is what, it's not like there are options.
Venye zinakuja ndo you take it. Whether you like it or not, you take it. So I after I had finished my primary school, and I was called in a certain school in Mumias. Siwezi kumbuka the name. It was really a good one. But since sikuwa na uwezo, or even my aunt, because honestly singeweza kumpressure, I want to go to school. I just felt like she was helping me enough. So if she wants me to go to high school, it's well and good. And since ye mwenye pia, she didn't have all that money, she also had kids and she also had her struggles. So it took me one good year outside, wondering nitaenda high school ama sitaenda. And I had to, form other ways now of getting the money, because every day I'll talk to God, I'll pray, I'll worship. The pain of seeing the people that you are sitting with, the same row or on the same bench, wanakuja coming after this from school during the midterm, and I was just there, and it really pained me a lot. Because most of them I used to even be good in school than them. So that one full year just went like that at waste.
Okay.
Yeah. And the only thing that I could do to make money was to brew changa. I brew a lot of changa. And the problem that comes with it is that ukianza tu kupika changa inakuwa addictive. That is the first thing. The second thing, uko na shida na serikali saa zote. Serikali, yani, they always want something from you. So in the morning they will come, sometimes they will ambush us there, and take the money that maybe I've already made, and some will also come and just take all the changa, everything. So you are left with nothing. And you see the process of making that changa is usually very expensive. See, the process of bringing all the ingredients and putting them together, it's really, really expensive. So at the end of the year, I had already made some money, and also my aunt also stepped in, and she helped me, to make some at least money to start the school with. Yeah. And that's where I enrolled to St. Paul's. St. Paul's was just a new school that was beginning. So I enrolled there, and took 4 good years. And those 4 years
was not easy.
It was never easy. Sometimes I'll never have the fees. I'll be home, staying at home for quite some time. And so it was just like that. Things were never stable. So when I had finished Form 4, and just like any other person in the village, after you finish Form 4, the only thing that you want is now to go to town, because there's always this perception that the only place you can make good money is in town. So after you finished your Form 4 and you have that certificate, we usually think that certificate is the key. The Form 4 certificate is the key to everything. So when you enter town and you just show it to your employer like this, it gives you the job directly.
But it's just a lie.
We are just lying
to ourselves.
Yeah, it is just another paper. You see? So when I entered, I went to Mombasa. My elder sister, she got married there. And when I entered Mombasa, my friend, everything changed. Because the Mombasa that I used to have on my mind,
the image of Mombasa
is totally different.
Let me tell you something. Life can't be sweet without money. Ati hivyo venye unaona kwa mtandao watu wanapiga picha, unafikiria ukienda Mombasa ni hivyo hivyo.
Ni kugumu.
Reality check ukifika huko.
Nilienda Mombasa. Na first of all, najua my sister used to share with me some stories concerning Mombasa. Venye Mombasa kuna beach nzuri, kuna beach boys, kuna wazungu wengi. Unaona? So mimi nilikuwa nasema pia ikiumana naweza potea na mzungu mmoja. Unaona? Hiyo ndio ilikuwa, yani nilikuwa so happy when nilisikia maneno ya Mombasa imetokelezea. But when I step into Mombasa, it was another prison.
Okay.
First of all, jua inakupiga na uko majengo saa hizo. Na joto ni too much. Na unajua saa picha ukiona, unaona picha za Diani, unaona picha za Malindi.
Watamu nini.
Yeah, those good places. Kumbe kuna huku Changamwe, kuna huku Magongo, pali kuna hardship. Pali watu wanavuta mkokoteni. Those all job I did them all. Hapo Changamwe, hapo Magongo, hapo hivyo I used to shout niko tu na mkokoteni hivi at some point. You see? So town si venye tunaiona mostly. But I thank God that all these things that I went through ilifika point ingine zili encourage in life, you see? And just like even my prophet usually say nowadays, that it takes some predicaments, it takes some hardship for somebody to be fully, meant to, to be somebody that can advise somebody, or can just stand and advise other people. It takes those hard situations, because the life yenye nilikuwa na Mombasa, if right now mtu ameniambia like anataka kuenda town na ana mbele wala nyuma, naweza mwambia wewe enda ukatafute kazi, but usiende because you want to have a good life there. Yeah. Good life in town is meant for other people wenye wako na pesa. You going there,
just go make money.
Yeah, you go make your own ways.
Acha life mzuri ijilete because
itajileta. It doesn't come so easily, you see? So pale hivyo, after doing all these odd jobs, nilipata opportunity ya kufanya kazi kama mtu wa mkono pale Modern Coast. And those days Modern Coast used to be a big company.
Talk of town.
It used to be a very very huge company. So hata venye watu Ushago walisikia Kena nafanyanga Modern Coast na wanaona buses zikipita hapo Yala zikienda Busia. Kuna watu wengine wanaweza shout wanadhani Kena kwa hiyo basi.
Kena aliomoka na atuambia anatembea na mabasi.
Little did they know niko kwa chini, nilikuwa nimeko kwa department ya hizi oil, kugeuza oil kwa gari. You see, I wasn't even a conductor ama nini. Initially that was what I wanted to do at Modern Coast. Lakini sasa venye niliambiwa, my friend, conductor hapo watu wanaingiana na connection, wewe anza kwa oil. Unaona? So gari ikikuja na ile oil moto, I was the one to do the service. I was doing the bus services. Na nilikuwa nafanya tu kama mkono. Na the money wasn't even that huge. Kwani pesa nyingine kidogo kidogo ishaisha. You see? So nikakaa pale almost 1 year and a half. Na kuna day ingine the owner of the company alikuwa amekufa. Yeah, the owner of the company alikuwa amekufa. Mtoto wake alikuwa amebaki, his son. So his son was coming from England. And I'm telling you, he was very very ruthless. Ni ule mtu mwenye acheki. Unaona? Mwindi ni ule mtu mwenye hata kama hakuna kazi, but akipata tu unasimama. Hata kama kuna kazi, hata kama amemaliza kazi yote, anataka tu ikuje apate hata kama unashikashika nyasi nini. Yani you just doing something. So this guy alitoka England na akakuja akatolewa airport na akakuja direct. Na alikuwa ni mwenye akikuja anatembea kwa hizo magodowns ni nini, anaangalia venye kazi inaendelea. So venye aliingia niliona kama kila mtu ameingia mitini, wengine wanaingia chini ya gari, wengine wamejimwagia oil ndio waonekana walikuwa wanafanya kazi. Mimi niko hapo hivyo na spana.
Alikupata umesimama.
Kugeuka hivi namuona. Najua ni mzungu hivi. Na I'm telling you, nilisikia ni kama na tremble. Na hata ku waste time. Alisema tu, kijana afanya nini? Toa overall lenda nyumbani. You see? Ilinimaliza sana because that was my first job. Unajua hiyo ndo kazi yako ya kwanza, kuna tu venye unaionanga. Lakini pengine saa hizi venye ukishafanya kazi nyingi sasa hata hii kipotea unaona tu is just okay. But that was my first job. Na ndo kazi yenye ilikuwa nalipa no rent. Na bado nilikuwa new in town. Sikuwa najua town sana vile. So that one really broke my heart because even my sister akwa well off na sikuwa nataka niende nikamsumbue ni nini. So ilibidi nirudi Nairobi. In fact, I wanted to go to Shags. Lakini nikasema ile maisha yenye nilipitia Ushago, hakuna haja nirudi tena. Hiyo nitateseka bure. So I came to Nairobi, I called my uncle. Kamwambia, you know what? nakuja Nairobi, napitia tu, mimi naenda ushago, because I didn't want to tell him that I was coming to stay. Angekubali. Relatives, my friend, it's not easy to stay with relatives in this world. Yeah. Relatives sometimes wanaweza kuwa in a way that you never expect them. Yeah. Kwanza, when you put a lot of trust on your relatives, I'm talking about the aunties, the uncles. Those people can disappoint you so much. So when I was coming from Coast, I had to tell my uncle, you know what, I'm just passing to Nairobi, but I'm going directly to Shags. Because kama ningemwambia I'm coming to Nairobi, hey, to stay with you, hapa angesema, you know what, hata siko.
Hata nilihama.
Mimi siko. Niko in another place right now. So I had to lie to him. So when nilikuja, I stayed with him for like a week, 2 weeks hivi. Akaanza kujiuliza, kwani you are going to Shags, what happened? Sasa mimi nikaanza kumpeleka hivi. Because mimi nilijua vizuri what I want is stuck, is not in Shags. And beside nimeka ushago for long sana. I know how it is.
And you don't want to return to that.
Yeah. Pale hivyo nikirudi, it's naenda I'm just going to take the same route that I was in.
Okay.
Ya kuingia kwa machanga, kujaribu to make money out of this hardship that will never bring the money that you want. You see? So I stayed with him for like 1 month, 2nd month, the 3rd, vitu zikakuwa hard. Vitu zikakuwa hard.
Akakwambia sasa.
I just received a call. I was just coming kwa nyumba. I received a call. A really painful one. Sitaki hata kuongelea sana. But still, I'm that guy. Like I told you, Mungu, when you know God just gives you another heart, a different heart, a forgiving heart. Si ile kushika maneno. Si ile chuki. You see? Because even nowadays we talk so much, even with his wife. And Staki, I don't want to bring the story the way things happened.
Yeah, because it's a thing of the past.
Yeah, and I really even appreciated it, because we realized some things have to happen for you to get your mwanya. Because after now, alini sent out, I had to connect myself to a church member, because youth department, venye nilikuja tu Nairobi, niliingia na certain church, Pefa Church. Na hapo hivyo, those people really embraced me so much, even the pastor. So I had to look for a friend of mine hapo kwa church. Nikamwambia, you know what, mi sina place ya kulala today. I want to stay with you for a bit, just some time. Nikiangalia what. Na since venye walikuwa, they knew me that I was somebody ambao nilikuwa niko straightforward. See, I wasn't cheeky ama nini. So the guy aka offer kunisaidia, and I stayed with him for like a month hivi. And I don't know what happened in that church. What I know is that pastor one day aliamka tu Sunday na akaambia watu, you know what, Ken has been really good in this church and we want to support him, at least aanze course yake ya media.
Mungu. Yeah. Ni Mungu haki.
So, you know, I don't know. Things just happened so quick.
They were able to raise the fund.
Yeah, only one Sunday.
Wow.
Nilipata almost 40K. Only one Sunday. Na si ati ni ile yenye watu waliambiwa kuja na do.
Favor.
Ni ile tu surprise. Because pastor mwenyewe alinipatianga 7K. And then washirika, and it's not that big church. Ni ile tu church yenye watu wamejitokelezea
wakasema. Yani unaona ni kujicommit na
they just had the heart.
Unajua people, it can be even a big church, lakini watu hawana that giving heart.
Yeah.
Because unaweza kwa big, but unaweza pata ni watu wachache tu, but giving yao iko juu.
Yeah.
They understand giving.
Sure. Yeah, so that is how it happened. Nika raise the first semester, walinirezea updo. And the second semester, there's also a certain a church elder. A church elder alikuwa anafanya na the World Vision. So akaniconnect na hiyo organization, akaniambia, you know, Ken, it's good that people will raise for you money, but not like after every 3 months utakuwa unakuja, you just create a group and people will raise money. Watachoka pia. So let me try to connect you to this organization, that at least tuone kama they can help you. Hiyo time imebaki. So alini connect na the World Organization, even the World Vision. The World Vision paid for some of my semesters, but the unfortunate thing also happened. I don't know, sijui nini ilifanyika. They just dropped me because
on the way.
Yeah, walisema like, you know what, right now we are having so many needy children, na wengine ndio wanaingia primary school, wengine wanaingia high school, na since wewe umeshafika kole, na kole unajua you can now start maneuvering and doing your own stuff. Hata you can now start looking for the for this nini, the loan, the help loan. Ujisort nayo, at least we help also other people. So mimi mwenye hata siku argue, nisema tu, you know what, it's a shock, mi sikuwa na otherwise, but if kama the organization imekuja na that ninio,
that rule,
sasa mimi just hakuna, hata nikienda nikualilia nifanye nini, there is nothing that is going to happen. So hiyo ili slow down a bit. Ilifanya nikadifa kidogo, and I had to now look for other ways now. Because and that is now where you also got in, because nilikupata pale CU and you're also doing the same course. So ilifika place ingine I wasn't even nini, mimi I was just paying for exams. No. Sasa I took your notes. In fact, when you ulikuwa umemaliza, you gave me your everything. I still even have those books until date. Ulinipangia hizo vitabu zote za units zote. Kaniambia, you know what, Ken, wewe enda kasome.
Soma hii mtihani ufanye.
So zilinisaidia sana. Zilinisaidia sana those books. Because venye ilifika place nyingine hata zite kwa kusema, you know what, you can't pay for exams anymore. We need you to do the whole semester here. You see? So if you don't have the money for exams for the whole semester, hatuwezi kusaidia. You see? So I had to look for another college.
Why?
Hapo tu nini? Hapo tu Tao. I look for another college.
The one that can allow just you
exams. Yeah. So your college, first of all, waliniambia, you know what? We want you to do these exams. Na sisi tutakufundisha. Now we're not even going to give you notes.
Nothing. It's just you and writing.
We want you to just usome everything wasani media. Sisi we cannot start with you from the beginning again, because at the same time sikuwa na hiyo pesa. No. So nikaambia,
so once you pay for the exam, it's the exam day, exam table hivyo. Na
hiyo exams maga ningefanya tu, because nilikuwa nataka ni compile the exams for all the semesters, and then niongee hata na Ron, the HOD. Naambia sasa Ron, you know what, nimefanya these exams, mimi nataka certificate. You just do for me the certificate. So I did it. It was, yani sijui wale watu wana set mtihani ni kama wanachukua media courses za majuu, because even the questions themselves ni vitu zenye hata sikuwa nimefundishwa.
Hata ukijaribu uelewe ni nini swali inauliza.
Nilisweat kwa hii exams room. It was crazy, but eventually nilimaliza. And it happened that 4 months after the exams yenye nilifanya kwa hiyo kole, Zite was also doing the graduations. So nikaongea na Roni, nikamwambia, no Roni, I've been in this schools. Mimi napenda hii college sana. And you know it, I was even a class rep.
When you are
even the dean, that mom
alikuwa anajua.
The mom ilifika tu place yenye angeweza kunisaidia, but if it was, kama angekuwa na uwezo kunisaidia, because when I was having the issues the fee, aliniuliza, you know what, Ken, have you ever played basketball? Because unajua basketball ndio ilikuwa inakuwa sponsored. Kaambia mimi, I don't even know what that thing is. I'm not a fan.
There is no way we can help you.
Kaniambia, Ken, surely This is out of my hand, you see. Mimi nimekuongelelea kwa administration, at least umefanya hii semester which was really tough, but sasa you just have to find your own ways. Unaona? Na pia sitaki kurudi kwa church nianze kuomba school fees tena huko. So that's why nilienda kwa hiyo college, but I thank God nilimaliza. So after now the graduation, yenye watu walikuwa na graduate ziteka to talk to HOD kidogo. Nikamwambia, you know what, I just want to be part of it. Na kaniambia, you know what, we cannot guarantee that you're going to get a certificate and all that, but mimi mwenyewe naweza kutafutia gown. You just be part of it. Hiyo college nilifanya exams. Ongoja graduation yao.
Hi.
And you see, so it was really tough. It was a tough one. But eventually I had to get the certificate ya hiyo college nyingine. Hizi zingine za semester, whatever, all that was doing, of course, ni za ZTech. But since I didn't have the 50K, because unajua pia the more unaenda ndio the more semesters pia pesa inaongezekanga sometimes. Sikuwa na hiyo pesa, so I just had to do it. Na nilikuwa na marafiki ambao pia wananiongelesha, wananiambia, you know, sometimes it's not even about where you are, where you schooled. It's about your skills, it's about the heart, and it's about that dream that you've always had inside of you, to do whatever you want to do. No. Kuna wengine hata wana graduate your end, but at the same time kupata kazi, ama unapata kazi leo but next morning wanakuwa fired. Because if you don't have it inside here, even your papers cannot help you. Exactly. So hapo hivyo ndio nika realize, you know what, hakuna haja, let me not push it so hard. Let me just go with the college that I went into, nipate all that documents, na mimi mwenyewe I'll just be myself. Yeah.
And so after college, what did you venture into?
So after college, just like any other typical man, you look for a job. So and it's always a struggle. And you see, in Africa we always have those uncles ambao when you finish your schooling watakuwa nataka, like, they always ask for your result. Leta result mbio. I want to connect you somewhere. Yeah, so I had some people ambao nilipatia my papers and I was hoping for a job, but time ikienda inarudi, inaenda hivyo. I never heard from them. We have such uncles, all of us. So
all of us.
Ilibidi sasa nirudi tu. I went back to my church and just continue with doing the media department and all that. Na hapo hivyo ndo sasa nikaanza hata kugain the practical experience, because I was doing more of I was in media department. I was doing the shoots as a church members. I was taking photos every Sunday. You know, the birthdays, the events of any other person on an invite na wafanyia. So hapo hivyo ndo nikapata hata hiyo experience more and more. Okay. Yeah, so nikaona tu, you know what, let me just do this. Acha nifanye tu. Let me not even wait ati mpaka niajiriwe nini. So I was just doing all these things. Every event mwenye amenipatia kazi mimi nachapa tu na nika gain experience. And then mwishowe, now I got into CFI RLM TV. It was just a starting, and it's still up to now, just a starting TV. So up with at least I'm even gaining more experience as I keep on doing whatever I'm doing. Wow. Yeah. So for now, clients wangu wengi, most of them ni watu, they are my friends, wenye nawafanyia weddings, nawafanyia shoots, nawafanyia engagements, nawafanyia even ratio. Just other day I was doing for a certain friend of mine. Yeah, so ni wale tu ambao, the people that knows my work and they refer me to other people. Okay. Yeah, hivyo tu pole as we keep on pushing. And I still have the dreams of even, you know, getting into a place where I own my everything, having my own studio. And it will come to pass, maybe. And just doing all these things in a place where I could actually be proud and say that I started this and I am going with this, you see. So that is actually my dream right now. Yeah. So the only thing that, from my story, the only thing that I could advise so many people young people would be, if you are having your parents, if you are privileged to have your parent, don't count them as people that are there to make you succeed in life. Success is intentional, and it is your own. It takes your own effort. It takes your own determination and your own mindset. Even if your parents have it all, but if you don't want to be success, you can never be. No? So tusikuwe wale watu wenye tunasema, you know what, my parents, they never gave me an opportunity to be in a good school. So hata saizi nikifail ama nikuwe na maisha mbaya, they are the people to blame. No, they won't be blamed at all. I think the world that we are living in right now, parents are just there to bring you to this world. Sasa wewe
depend on them so much.
Usidepend kwao sana. If they want to help you, it's okay, watakusaidia. Lakini usifike into that life where you blame them for all your failures.
Exactly.
Wewe mwenyewe ndio utakuwa unaumia sana. Because most of them hata washafanya their own part. It's just now you to now work your own self, and then choose your own path and make that success that you want to live in.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the only thing nazawaambia sana. And I feel really bad kama mtu ako na wazazi but still hawapati that respect ambao anataka. I think even the Bible is telling us that if you want to live longer, or if you want to have a successful life, it must always start with the parent. The moment uko na good relationship with your parent, a prayer of a parent is very, very important. When your mom just closes her eyes every single day na kuombea kutaje tu, hakuna denye utakuwa na shida kwa hii dunia.
Ni kama ile mimi nasemanga, mtu you know, yani kitu mnanifanyia can't succeed because my mama ananiombea kabisa. Hata kama yangu haifiki, ya mama iko very strong because parents pray.
It's a strong prayer. Yeah, a strong prayer. Naweza kumbuka when nilikuwa niko Shags, I used to listen to this song. Ilikuwa inaimbwa la mumerua emokonya, meaning the prayer of my parents has saved me. That song speaks to me until date. Yeah. And even if one day you'll be a parent, hakuna kitu kizuri when you just mention your child in your prayers every single time you pray. Mungu wasaidie tu. Yeah. So let us respect our parents, and most of it, let us see them as those people that are there for us, but they're not there to actually make things happen to our life. They're just there for us. It's upon us to now make things work into our life. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for speaking to us. And today we've been outside. Hey, courtesy of Director Ken. We've been indoors for so long now. So leo tumekuwa outside. It feels good, by the way.
The weather is always good.
Yes.
Doing this outside is always good. And I just wanted us to do something different today. And I know your next guest pia, kuna venye
tampeleka huko.
Msika indoors sana. Mtu ikaa indoors mnatoka.
Once in a while we will be doing that, by the way. Yes. So thank you so much for sharing your story.
Karibu.
It's a beautiful one, and Team Bear Talk, it is always tell and inspire. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We are heading to 500 subscribers, and I know from you sharing, subscribing and liking, tutafika hapo and even more. Because at Bear Talk, it is always tell to inspire. And it has been the Bear Talk show. And see you in the next video. God bless.
So my social handles, my Facebook, it's Kennedy Mzalendo, and I have a page there also, Kennedy the photographer. Good photos are there, although sijaeka picha nyingi sana. Most of my work siwekangi kwa social media, but I have to now start putting them there. At least I get the online clients pia, sindio? Yeah, and then Instagram, this name, I have to change it. Edu Breezy. You see, I opened my Instagram kitambo sana. Venye nimezanga tu form 4. So I need to change that name. Yo jina, kuna venye ileti shangwe. Yeah, so Edu Breezy actually. That's my name. And then TikTok, Kennedy Mzalendo, just like Facebook. Twitter, Kennedy. Yeah, Kennedy Mzalendo also. And then which one? Yeah, YouTube, which is very important. Most of my edits nimeweka YouTube, although sijai open, ijakaa sana, ni recently, sa ina vitu nyingi pia. It is Kennedy the editor. Ukitype to Kennedy the editor, utaona what I've been dealing with, some few stuff. Siwezi weka nyingi, kuna zingine ziko na copyright issues there. So if you are having a gig, if you are having a shoot, if you are having a wedding, a ratio, I'm that cool photographer, I'm a videographer ambao atakwambia, you know what, you need to sit like this when you're recording this. So in other time, I will also direct you on doing other things also. Najua tuko na wale maphotographer yenye wakikupata nasema, you know what, we post when una post nikupige picha. So I will also direct you to make sure that whatever comes outside of it, it is something that makes you happy. So otherwise, barikiwe sana, and we love you so much.
Ciao.